listen, I told you. Tell Steven Spielberg it's $7 million if he wants me for Jurassic World 2, or I'm out. Hang on, I'll call you back. Hey, Premier Planet, Justin Barlow back with you inside the Premier Studio, where we just wrapped up PPW 57. What a crazy night we had tonight. Our first match, what has become a series between Max Cruz and Scott Colton, culminated tonight when these guys were supposed to go at it for 25 minutes. That was predetermined at PPW 56 at our last event. However, just before the show began tonight, Premier officials said, no, to heck with that. These guys are getting 30 minutes tonight. So for a half hour, back and forth, and again, right down to the last minute, cover after cover, submission after attempt after submission attempt. These guys kept kicking out. They kept getting to the ropes, just finding that last little ounce of energy until the very last minute. I think it was something like 56 seconds left on the clock. Max Cruz power slams Scott Colton. Scott Colton, he can't kick out. Max Cruz is now ahead in what has become this series. It's now Max Cruz 2, Scott Colton 1, and they have one time limit draw. These guys aren't done though. As impressive as they've been, Premier CEO Rockin' Randy decided we're going to let them go at it again in 2 weeks at our next taping on July the 25th, and they're going to have 40 minutes to do their magic in this ring. I think we're all looking forward to that one. I know I am. Next up, we had the Beard versus Beards match. That's right, one beard versus two beards. It was Texas Pete versus Andy Anderson. If Texas Pete won, Andy Anderson was going to have to lose that trademark red beard of his, and also his buddy and referee, Shaky Jake Daniels, who didn't have too bad of a one himself, was also going to have to meet the razor. And if Texas Pete lost, well, obviously, he would have to lose that trim and tight beard he was so proud of. And it ended up Texas Pete, once again, he gets in Shaky Jake's face. With all this on the line, he gets in Jake's face. Jake finally has enough. He picks him up, slams him. That allowed Andy to pick up the victory, and right in the middle of the ring, Texas Pete was shaved. He tried to run away, but the tag team champions, the new Titans, Khalid Chapman and Michael Mack, they carried him back out to the ring and they held him in place, while Andy Anderson and Shaky Jake, they got rid of that trim and tight beard that Texas Pete loves so much. Following that, the world title was on the line. Champion Malad Akbar came back from an injury that kept him on the shelf for our last event, a bruised sternum, not the kind of thing you want to have in our industry. But he came back, but he was facing the 400 plus pound, I should say, juggernaut Khalid Chapman. Chapman, using his size to his advantage, as strong as Malad was, he could not get the big guy down. That is, until Khalid ended up on the outside of the ring, and Malad Akbar, wide eyes all over the crowd, does a flying leap over the top rope right into the 400-pound giant. Khalid came this close to being counted out, but he made it back into the ring. Malad, obviously frustrated, took the fight right to him. Malad actually was eventually able to cinch in. It wasn't a full camel clutch given Khalid's size, but he was able to put Khalid out with a modified version of that camel clutch. Khalid couldn't answer the three-arm count, and Malad Akbar retains the World Heavyweight Championship. And then in our main event, we had our 10-man number one contender, Something to Prove challenge. The way this worked, if you didn't get to see it, number one, you missed out. Number two, the rules, all competitors on the apron, 2 men start the match, tags in and out to whoever you want at random. Eliminations were by pinfall, submission, disqualification, count out, or by being thrown over the top rope, our own unique little twist on it. It came down to former tag team partners and champions and now bitter rivals, Cutter Crosby and Chase Gosling. Cutter Crosby was able to get behind Chase, lock in that cutthroat thriller neck breaker that he loves to use so much, and Cutter Crosby walks away tonight your new number one contender, and he will face Malad Akbar at our next taping in 2 weeks. Again, that date, Saturday night, July the 25th, here in the Premier Studio. Doors open at 7, bell time is 7:30. Bring your family, bring your friends. We'll see you there.